Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim. We got Justin and AC here. This is the Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report. The second round of the NFL playoffs get going. Last week I went 3-1 in predictions, and I think you could probably take a guess which game I did not get correctly, and that would obviously be the Steelers and the Broncos. And we'll get to the Broncos game. We'll get to all the other games, but we're going to start with the Saints and 49ers, which is the first matchup. I believe it's at Saturday at 4:30. I'm not sure what TV channel is on, but the bottom line is Fox. Okay, so it's on Fox. I'm sure you guys could have found that on your guide on your TV anyway. But the Saints come into this game real hot down the stretch. I don't know if they necessarily impressed me last week. I think that they played pretty well. But ultimately, what do you guys say? The 49ers obviously went 13-3 this year. No one saw that coming. I thought that they would make a run and win this division, but I thought that they would do it at 8-8 and 7-9. It's a ferocious defense with guys like Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis, and the list goes on. And I don't know if they're anything more, though, with Alex Smith at quarterback than a regular season team. And AC, we'll start with you. What do you think about this?
Hey, I mean, the 49ers have to score. That's the biggest thing, I think, for me. Because you know the Saints are always going to put a lot of points up on the board. So the 49ers have to score early, fast, and very often. And their defense has to put a lot of pressure on Drew Brees to try and force some bad throws and maybe get some interceptions, turn the ball over, put some things in their favor. New Orleans last week didn't play, out of their minds. But the point is, they got the job done and they won the game. They started off pretty slowly. A lot of people were changing their predictions at halftime. But the Saints were in control enough that they could fight back. So, you know that the Saints there's never a safe lead against the Saints. So, I think the edge definitely has to go to New Orleans in this one.
I know that there is no safe lead with the Saints, and I understand that. But to think that this 49ers offense is going to get out to a 14-0 lead or even a 10-0 lead, I just don't think it's very realistic. You're going to have to take your chances, maybe get up by a field goal, and hope that your defense can stop them. And that's why I think I disagree with that they have to score quickly. I think that they're going to have to run the ball with Frank Gore and other guys there and keep Drew Brees and that powerful Saints offense off the field, because if you allow them on that field, and this defense has taken away a lot of running backs this year, but I mean, still, I'll take my chances with Drew Brees throwing to Jimmy Graham, Marquise Colston, Devery Anderson. I mean, this team has a stacked receiving core, and Drew Brees is obviously one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Some people would say he is the best, and I think that the 49ers are going to have to keep him off the field if they're going to be successful, and the chances of them doing that are going to depend on whether Alex Smith can make some big throws on third downs. Justin, what do you think?
Alright, in this matchup, it's going to be an interesting time for the San Francisco's defense, because the New Orleans Saints offense is coming into this game on fire. They have so many great targets. Jimmy Graham, who played phenomenally well last week. I thought it was going to be somewhat of a down game for him, because I thought Drew Brees was going to be more of the wide receiver type, not the tight end type. But he's going to be going into this game. Drew Brees is going to be scrambled a whole lot in this matchup, because Navarro Bowman. You also got Patrick Willis. Almost said Patrick Peterson there. Patrick Willis. So for the 49ers, you got to have these guys, these defensive guys, to come on, put as much pressure on Drew Brees, force him to get get fourth downs. Because if you get fourth downs, then also Alex Smith's offense with Frank Gore, Michael Crabtree, they can come back on and they can possibly get some points up. So you would expect this to be a offense type of defense game for both ends, because it's going to be really interesting to see how well Drew Brees can play against this defense, because you got, like I said, you got Bauman and you got Willis coming at you. So yeah. I think overall in this game, I'm going to go with the Saints in this one. It's going to be a really entertaining game. This is going to be my game of the week, and I want to see how well Drew Brees deals under pressure from these two linebackers.
Yeah, and the two linebackers are going to have to be huge in this game. If they cannot shut down Jimmy Graham and then shut down some of the running game, or the overall defense is going to have to shut down the running game, but they're going to be key in doing that too. If they can't shut down Jimmy Graham coming over the middle, and they can't shut down the running game, they do not have a great chance. If they can do that, if they can get Drew Brees and them off the field, hold them to under 21 points or under, maybe they have a shot. I still do not believe, though, that I trust Alex Smith in a big game to make these big throws. I mean, I know he had a decent season this year. He's not necessarily a game manager, but he's pretty damn close to it. And I just do not trust this team. I think Frank Gore does not get enough credit. I think he's one of the top 5 running backs in the game. And Michael Crabtree had a decent season. Vernon Davis is one of the best tight ends in the league. But ultimately, I think that the Saints' offense is going to just keep this game out of reach. And I see the Saints winning this game something like 30-14. AC, what do you think?
I'm not going to go as big of a margin as that, but I'm still going to take the Saints in this one. I'm going to go 27-20.
Alright, so you think that Alex Smith is going to make some big throws?
I think Alex Smith will do all right. I don't think he's going to be a game changer or he's going to make any play that will, bring a wow factor. But I think he'll do all right for what he's been in the past. This has been a pretty good season for him, considering that the last couple have not been so great. And, Frank Gore will probably score a couple of times. So I don't think the 49ers will look that awful in this game. Mainly because of Frank Gore and the fact that the 49ers do have a decent offense. So I'm still going with the Saints 27-20 though.
Alright, so all 3 of us taking the Saints. We will continue to post these previews. And this weekend we will be here as well, checking or giving you recaps of each one of these games as soon as they go final, whether it's myself, AC, Justin, KJ, whatever the case may be. We will give you a recap of all the games like we did throughout the regular season with the NFL Final Score, except I would think because it gives us a chance to get views on videos, we're going to make one separate for each game. Follow us on Twitter at CashKellyNAC, Facebook.com/CashKellyNACSR. I'm Tim for AC and Justin. We'll see you guys later.